1 will be advanced to third reading. Hearing no objection, so ordered. Substitute House Bill 1621 on third reading and final passage. Remarks. The gentleman from the 13th District, Representative Ybarra.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I stand in support of House Bill 1621. We need more teachers. We need more teachers. We all know that. And this bill will do it for us. What this bill does is for parapros, for volunteer teachers, moms and dads that are teaching our kids right now because that's what they want to do. They've decided that they want a new career, and that career is teaching. They like it. And so in order to get in the teaching profession, they have to take a WESB test, an assessment test. And most of these folks, not most, but many, do not pass the WESB. But that's the only criteria that is used in order to get those folks in that particular program. So my idea, or this particular bill, will not, they still have to take the WESB test, but they also have to look at the volunteerism that they've done, the experience that they have in front of them in order to get into the program. That's what this does. So why do we care? Why do we care? Well, right now in Quincy, Washington, in my school district, 9% of my teachers are not certified, 9%. Those are classrooms with a person that is not a certified teacher. And I'll give you a perfect example. Just to let you know, I'm a mathematician. I'm actually a rocket scientist. And the stories I told my daughter when she was growing up, when she was 2 and 3, was, sweetie, I wasn't talking about books. I wasn't giving her bednight stories. I was going, sweetie, this is the right triangle. It's got a hypotenuse, a right angle. I tell her, she's got isosceles triangles. 2 sides the same, 2 angles the same. Here's an equilateral triangle. 3 sides the same, 3 equal angles. And that's when she was 2 and 3. So she became a great mathematician for some odd reason. I was telling stories about going to space, going to Mars and going to Venus and going to Saturn, some of the programs I worked in today. So that's what she grew up with. By the time she got to high school, she was in her geometry class. And I was asking her how things were going. I was looking at her homework, and she was doing just fine. She was just doing great. And I asked her how her teacher was, and she goes, well, she's a new teacher, and she's, actually one of the old mayor of Quincy. And I go, well, is she a good teacher? She goes, well, I'm not really sure if she knows a lot about math, but she's in the classroom, and she's doing, teaching the best she can. And this isn't to say nothing about that, because that's the only person we had in Quincy to be the math teacher. Well, I kind of said, well, how are you doing so well? And I just knew because of the old days that what we used to do and how much she knew. And she goes, well, what's happening after class is I'm reading the book for a couple hours, so I figured out what she was trying to teach us, and I figured out how to do it. And I said, and what about the rest of the kids? Well, they're all struggling, she said. And she said, but then she said, but the good thing is, as soon as I learn it, all the kids come and we get together, all 5 or 6 of us, and I teach them how to do it. I teach them how to do math. So I said, well, that's how you're getting really good, right? And she goes, yeah. She goes, but it would be nice to have a teacher that could teach us math and to teach it better for us. And that's what happens when we don't have certified teachers. That's what happens. So this particular program, what it's going to do for us is going to get more teachers in the program. At the end of the day, these teachers that, even though they didn't have to take that cuts or have to pass that WESB test, they still have to go through the teaching program. They still have to take their assessment tests. They still have to go to the same classes, the same teachers, the same assessments that every kid coming out of high school that goes into the teaching programs has to take. If they don't pass, they don't become teachers. So this particular program is going to give us more teachers, teachers that parents, moms and dads, grandparents, so your kids, your grandkids are going to have a certified teacher in class. Please support my bill.
Further remarks? Lady from the 37th District, Representative Santos.
Thank you, Mr.
Lock the roll call machine. The clerk will take the record, please.
Mr. Speaker, there are 96 yeas, 0 nay, 2 excused.
Having received the constitutional majority, substitute House Bill 1621 is declared passed. For what purpose does the gentleman from the 13th rise?
Mr. Speaker, point of personal privilege.
Please state your point.
Mr. Speaker, I ask that you would join me in congratulating my new seatmate on the passage of his first bill off the House of Representatives floor.